Hello everyone, welcome to tutorial number 5. Hello everyone, welcome to tutorial number 5. Here's a quick recap of things so far. Zybot, our actoroid, just bought herself a boat, and she's ready to sail across the ocean towards Breen Island. Meanwhile, Sissy and her companion, the Puzzle Master, they just finished putting out a fire on their boat, which caused a bit of damage, and the tide check did not give her any alternate route, so she's heading towards the main dock, and she's going to be -1 movement point because of the damage done by the fire. And with that, let's go ahead and start round 34. Evil Incarnate has been spotted moving to the catacombs, and the Pegasus clan decided Zybot the Scaly needed a few bucks and deposited $110 into their account. Okay, and looks like Sissy is up first. And the wind is flying towards Breen Island with 5, so that would be she would roll a d8 plus 5 for movement points. That'd be a 6 plus 5 is 11 minus 1 for the damage, so it's 10 movement points. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and we'll make an event check. She found a life raft. A life raft with a body on it comes floating by. Roll a d6. And, if odd, the body is unconscious but alive. Receive a random companion who will gladly join your party. You may spend your next turn examining the raft instead of traveling. Roll a d6, and if odd, you found a non-living collectible. If you must toss something to satisfy capacity limits, throw them overboard. Trash them. Okay. Well, does she have room for anything? She does. She has room for another companion, so she's going to roll a d6 to see if the body that's in there is alive. It is an even roll. No, the body is dead. Okay. And she will probably search through it on the next round. So just going to put a little reminder flag on her to do that. And we'll go on over to Zybot. And the wind direction is d8 plus 5. d8, 3 and 5, 8. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And an event. It's so quiet you could fall asleep. Okay, moving on to round 35. The guild has received a new field hunter. I think it's the once the position was bought, the guild's been empty ever since. So nice to see a new person in there, and we'll start with Sun. And she is going to spend a turn searching around through the life raft. So she's going to roll a d6. If it's odd, she found a non-living collectible. 1, she found a non-living collectible. Okay. Special card draw, non-living collectible. She found a broadsword. Well, that's a heavy-duty weapon. And she has room for it, but does she have the strength? Broadsword is a very powerful weapon, a truly dangerous weapon with a massive punch, but of great weight. You cannot use the broadsword unless you have at least 5 points of power. She has 5 points of power. Plus, because she just got this fancy broadsword, she's going to add another point of power from her experience points here. Okay, so she gets to keep the broadsword. It has a +3 to hit and D12 damage. Truly a powerful weapon. Inventory. Good deal. Okay. And moving on to the next player, Zybot. And it's still D8 plus, oh, it's D8 plus 7 now. 6 and 7, 13. One, two, three, four, five, 6, 7, 8, 9. He'll stop at the tide check. And see if he can find any alternate routes. And roll a D12. 11. The tide is high enough to travel to dock 2 or 3. Okay. Dock 2 is right here, so he could just zip right on here and start his travel from this point on the island. However, he wants to go to dock 3. That would take him all the way up past the main dock and over to here. That's a lot farther into the island, and it's also right next to Breeneville. So he's going to go ahead and head up towards this dock here, especially since the wind's good. If the wind was bad, he could stop here and then walk up. But the wind's been doing great, so he's going to move on. So he had 13, and he used 9, so 10, 11, 12, 13. An event. Oh, he met a nice Spectre. You know, events aren't that common on the waterway, so the fact that we've had 3 or 4 events drawn already is really quite uncommon. Okay, even though it isn't very realistic, fights on the waterway is handled the same way they are on land. It just seemed like it would get overly complicated to try to come up with a new battle system for the water fights. So we'll start off with the stats here. For a nice Spectre, this is an undead. It's got a run factor of D6. 4. He's got hit points of 2d8 plus 8. 7 and 5 is 12, and 8 is 20. He's got a lot of hit points. And the darkness of night conceals the presence and approach of the night sector. That's the reason it has such a high percentage rate. So, Zybot has an 11% first sight. I don't believe that he has any. Oh, he has a physician. That's right. The physician, that's good for another 10. So he has a 21% first sight. He did not get first sight. Okay. But because the Zybot has acute senses, subtract 10% from the opponent's surprise rate. So the night sector is only going to surprise him at 30%. And he doesn't surprise him. Okay. Since he didn't surprise him, his power psychic of 8 versus a psychic of 5, what would his combat point be? Combat point is still 5, yeah. He's going to attempt to simply chase the night scepter away. Well, let's see, he would get +2 versus undead because of his saintly powers. That would up to 7, but he's less than him. So he's going to try to use the saintly powers to chase it away. And to do that, it would be psychic times 5. So 5 times 5 is 25%. Oh, actually, he has to have initiative to do that. Okay, my mistake. I believe that he has to have initiative. On any segment which you have initiative, he does not have initiative on this segment. So it's going to have to fight him at least one segment. So the Night Scepter is going to attack with a psychic of 8. Combat point of 8. Let's see, and Zybot, he gets a +2 in psionic combat for his talent of the saintly powers. Thank you. Saintly powers, he gets a +2. So his combat point is 7. And he did not beat the Night Scepter. He has no armor rating for psionic combat, so the Night Scepter struck him for D10 damage. Just 1 hit point damage. He got off easy on that one. And now we have to roll initiative, special circumstances. That was the Night Scepter's attack, so he'll roll the ISC roll first. And then Zybot will roll his ISC roll. Oh, and he rolled a 1. That's not good. That means he fell down, and the Night Scepter gets a free roll for damage. Another D10 damage. 1 hit point damage. Well, he's hitting him, but he's not hurting him. And we have to roll ISC again. First, the Night Scepter. Oh no, he rolled a 20. And Zybot? Well, the 20 is a maximum damage hit, so we got him for 10 hit points. There's the hit we've been waiting for. Well, actually, we haven't been waiting for, but that's the one the Night Scepter was waiting for. Ouch. And ISC again. Night Scepter. 7. And Zybot. Sensitive. Oh, now he's got the maximum hit. We're getting the special rolls right and left here. Okay, so his maximum hit for psionic damage is D6 +1, and he gets an extra +2 for undead. So that's 6, 3, 9 hit points damage. And we roll ISC again, and still the Night Scepter's rolling first. 14, and Zybot. 7. Okay, so the Night Scepter has the initiative. Well, let's see. He kind of wants out of here, so he's going to, Zybot's going to attempt to run. Since he's on the defensive, he can't run automatically, but he has a 15% chance that he can get out of this without continuing the battle. If he fails to get 15%, one more segment of combat will be fought, but Zybot will be at -1 as he's parrying and defending himself, trying to get away. So he's got a 15% chance to run successfully. He does. The combat is over. Since he ran away, he only gets 1 experience point for the experience here. Okay, and the Night Scepter will remain there. Since you can easily go around him, he'll probably be ignored unless somebody really wants the experience points. And that will end round 35. Round 36, the market has received new cargo pants. Market's been bought out. Zybot the Scaly has received a hit point of natural healing for a total of 19. He also has a physician, which will tend to his wounds and give him another hit point of health. Okay, Sun starts first. And the wind direction now is D8 plus 6. Oops, D8 plus 6. 6 and 8, 14. Well, that's plenty enough to get to the main dock. And she didn't have any alternate docks to go to, so this is where she'll end up. She'll park her boat there. Since there's only one other player in the game and they have their own boat, she's not going to bother to spend the money to secure this boat. But that's the end of her turn. And then Pegasus. He will continue to travel on. D8 plus 6. 3 and 6 is 9. One, two, three, four, five, 6. This is removed, by the way, because it's an occurrence. It doesn't stay. So 6, 7, 8, 9. Oops, I moved the Spectre instead of his boat. Okay. Event. Move along. There's nothing to see here. Okay, moving on to round 37. Zybot the Scaly's received a hit point of natural healing for a total of 21. He will roll on his physician. D4, gets another 3. And he's up first. She's up first. I keep calling him him. Well, you look at that picture, it's kind of hard to see her as a female, but I got to get over that. Okay. Right now, wind direction is D8 plus 7. Almost as good as it gets. 1 and 7 is 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It was enough. So, okay. Okay, so he's at the dock. Good for one event. And he has his quest. And he found a machete. Oh, and he has room for it. Excellent. Okay, so that's machete is a very handy item to have because it's a decent weapon. It doesn't give any pluses to hit, but it does have D8 damage, which he doesn't care about using it as a weapon because his natural attributes are far greater than just about any weapon he could pick up. However, this part he likes, -1 movement point cost in forested and wetland locations, as they can clear paths quickly. So this helps with his travel speed. Okay, and moving on to the sun, Sissy. And when you're on Breen weather, you have to check the weather conditions. They change all the time. Right now it's mild, so there's no adjustment to movement points. I believe she still has 6 movement points. Yep, 0. So she has 6 movement points. And she's going to, let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5. She could go as far as the flats, but she's going to stop in the Enchanted Grotto and take a swim. And for the Enchanted Grotto, roll 2d6 and add 1 for every 5 points of Psychic. She has 7, so she'll get able to roll 2d6 and add 1. So 1, 2. So that's 6, a 6 or a 7. A 6 is very refreshing, heal d6 hit points, or 7, the grotto has super healing powers, heal 2d6 hit points. She is healed. She cannot heal any more hit points. So basically, she just had a nice swim. And let's move on to round 38. Blacksmith received a new machete. How about that? And Zybot the Scalies received a hit point of natural healing for a total hit points of 25. Does he have more than max higher than 25 right now? Let's see. Yeah, he has 30. So he's going to go ahead and have his physician help him out on that. 4 points. Nice. Okay, and he's up first. Okay. Is there anything at Breeneville? He's let's see. He has building equipment. He has a dagger, a machete, and he has a woodworker's kit. Okay. There's nothing he particularly wants to sell. Well, I suppose he could sell the dagger. There's no use for it now. Is there anything worth buying? Breeneville is like the island's marketplace. So if he did get rid of the dagger, he would have room for a helmet. How much money does he have? $939. Okay. He does have a gym. I think it's what he's. I think it's what he's going to do first. He's going to go ahead and go to Breeneville. Breeneville says, Breeneville is the largest hub of merchants on Breen Island. However, with a lower population on the island, nobody keeps regular hours. You may visit any one merchant listed in the merchants list if they are open, 40%. If they are closed, you may try a different merchant. You may stay and visit one merchant per turn. However, you must move away at least one turn to visit the same merchant twice. Okay, so the merchants list, Lapidary is included. He's going to try to see if they're open, 40%. They are open. All right. So he's going to step into the lapidary and have him examine this looks like some sort of pin that he got. Send a token. And sticker rating is 25. Examine gem. Don't know its class. Don't know its value. Sticker rating is 25. And he says that it's ornamental, worth about 420, but I'm only going to give you 378 for it. That's fine. He'll take the 378. He's not hurting for equipment, so he doesn't need a lot of money right now, so that'd be fine. Okay, and that'll take care of his turn. Sun. Weather conditions are still mild. She has 6 movement points. She'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. I should point out here, let's see, 5, and that next one's 5. Okay, I should point out here that you notice the green arrows. There's green arrows and red arrows pointing in both directions. The green arrows indicates that you are in the Breen coastal region. The red arrows indicate that you're in the Breen inland region. There's 2 distinct regions. Also, the arrows have a minus and a plus. The plus direction means that you are heading towards the summit, which is where we want to go and where Loreka's palace is. The minus symbol is that you're heading downhill towards the main dock. So that's how you know which direction you're going. Okay, so she got up to the, what is this, the low ridge, and she's going to have an event. She has her quest, and she met a creature. A Monichasaurus. Okay, and Monichasaurus has a run factor of D8. 7. High run factor means that it's likely to run. Hit die means is 2d8 plus 8. 3 and 8 is 11, plus 8 is 19. Okay, 12-foot long dinosaur with a very healthy appetite. It's got a power of 9, so that's a pretty formidable opponent. It is a Class D beast. High damage rate, D8 plus 6 damage rate. That is a huge damage rate. Okay, so that's going to be what's going to really hurt our fairy if the dinosaur gets in a hit. Okay, so let's get this out of the way. Okay, the only difference here I think is 6. Okay, so she has a 7, it has a 9, so she is outpowered on this. I updated the stats before we started today, so nothing's changed. So, oh no, wait a minute, it has changed. That's right, she found a broadsword. Okay, the poleaxe was a +1, and the broadsword is a +3 with D12 damage. So we're going to change this items from 1 to 3, and we're going to have D12 plus the 1 damage bonus here. So D12 plus 1. Okay. Now, 12% first sight. She has the Puzzle Master, which I believe is an assisting companion. Assist, yes. So she adds another 10%, so that's a 22% chance first sight. She did not get first sight. Okay, and the Monichasaurus has a 10% surprise rate and does not surprise. Does she want to try to avoid? Well, she's now 9 for 9, but his hit, that's what bothers her, is his hit is huge, D8 plus 6. She has a D12 plus 1, so she's formidable, but man, if she gets hit, it could be troublesome. So she's going to go ahead and try to avoid. She's got a 38% chance to avoid. She does not. So she's there for the battle. So Monichasaurus is going to attack with a power of combat point of 9. And she's going to respond with a combat point of 9. And she failed. She does have a 40% armor rate because she has chainmail, and oh no, the poleaxe does not come into play because she's using the broadsword. So this is actually 35. The poleaxe gave her an extra 5 points. So she's a 35% armor rate. Her armor didn't protect her. She's getting bad rolls. So he's got a D8 plus 6 damage. 1 plus 6, 7 hit points damage. Well, that's the minimum she could have suffered. Now ISC roll. Monichasaurus rolls first. ISC 12. And she rolls 4. He's got the advantage. She's going to attempt to run. She does not want to fool with this thing. So 22% chance to run successfully without any further problems. 4%. She did run. Okay, so she gets 1 experience point for the experience. And the Monichasaurus will stay here and wait for his next victim. Okay. See, how badly is she hurt? I don't think she's going to want to use a whole. Just 7 hit points. No, she's not going to use Unjoint. She'll save that for when she really needs it. Okay, so that's round 38. Let's move on to round 39. The Thurgis has received a new loyalty scroll. Zybot the Scaly's received a hit point of natural healing, up to a 30. That is his total, his max, so he's completely healed now. Sissy's received a hit point natural healing for total hit points of 24. The Sun Clan is pleased and deposited $137 into Sissy's account, and Sissy is up first. And weather conditions are still mild. So she has 5, 6. Okay, this does have a safety check. Passed safely. And the Tundra with no events. Pegasus. He's now going to see if the Blacksmith is open. Okay, so once again, 40%. The Blacksmith is open. First, he wants to sell his dagger. He knows he's not going to get much for it, but it opens a slot in his inventory, and that's what he wants more than the actual amount. Send a token. Okay, the dagger has a sale price of only $30. Dicker. This would be a sell. 25. $30. And the vendor will give him $27 for it. Yeah, he'll take it. Okay, so he would sell, give to merchant. Now, is there anything that he wanted to buy from? Let's see. The longsword's nice, but see, yeah, the weapons, he just doesn't need a weapon. Her insectile abilities are so much more powerful than any weapon she could buy. The machete's handy for movement. So yeah, it's really the helmet though. The helmet would give him a little extra protection. So the leather armor, what's the full helmet good for? It's good for 15, and I think the leather armor is good for 20, right? Yeah, he's going to go ahead and get himself a suit of leather armor. That'll add to his natural 20% for being an insect. And that'd be $180. This is a buy. 25. $180. And they want $234. Sure. Very good. And that'll end round 39. Sissy received a hit point of natural healing for a total of 25, and Sissy goes first. Weather conditions. Severe storm, MP is -3, so she's down to 3 movement points. Which, 1, 2, 3. She's able to go 2 spaces, get to the woods, and get an event. She found a valet. Okay. Valets are extremely charismatic and loyal. They cannot be taken as victory spoils. They can carry 3 extra items, and the valet does not count towards capacity limits. Can use armor and weapons. He will dicker, attract, and steal companions for you. Rivals may not steal companions from you if the rival is present. You may send him off to pick up, buy, sell items if you have a title. She doesn't have a title, so she can't use him as an independent. But having the valet would be very nice. They're not attractable. You have to pay for them. They'd be $900, and she has $711. She cannot afford the valet, so she's just going to leave him there. And Pegasus? Well, before he runs off, let's see what else we've got here at the market. He's not particularly interested. No, not interested in any Lucan Sprouts. Market. Anything at the market? No, doesn't need anything at the market. Surgist? Well, he's really not interested in this option spell. Quick heal might be nice, but the option spell, he's going to go ahead and see if the Thurgist is open. 40%. The Thurgist is not open. Not that important. He's going to move on. He's going to go to the Broken Bridge location. Keep in mind that the broken bridge, it looks like there's a broken bridge between these two locations. That's just a picture that isn't representative of what's actually happening. Where the broken bridge is between the broken bridge and the Boogo tribe spaces. There should be a bridge here, but the Boogo tribe doesn't like there being a bridge there. So whenever somebody builds a bridge, they end up tearing it down. So that's why this is called the broken bridge location. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and look at the description. It says, this bridge would connect the coastal region to the inland region if the Boogo tribe didn't keep destroying it. They like their privacy. Begin your turn in this location with a woodworker's kit and a bladed weapon, and you may announce that you are building a bridge. On your following turn, get the bridge and enter the Boogo tribe. The bridge will remain in place until the Boogo tribe destroys it again, or some player burns it down with a torch. You also notice that would be moving into an area where you have the red line, so this would be a gateway between the Breen coastal region and the Breen inland region. So for right now, though, he's just going to have an event. Mariah Pass. He already has the Breen Pass, and he's fine with that, so he's going to go ahead and just trash this one. Oops, I better make sure he's the one that has the Breen Pass. Yes, he does. Okay, that's fine. So we'll just go on to round 41. The blacksmith received a new leather armor. And I wanted to replace the one that got sold. And Sissy received a hit point of natural healing. She's up to 26. And Pegasus goes first. And he has a bladed weapon, the Machete, and he has a woodworker's kit. And he is going to declare that I am building a bridge. So we'll put a reminder flag on him. And then we'll go see what Sissy's doing. And weather conditions are mild. 3, 4, 5, and that would be 7. So she's stuck here in the fields. And she got $800 in gold. What a deal. And that was a quick round, going to round 42. Sissy received a hit point, is now up to 27. Pegasus goes first. Okay. And he has now finished building his bridge. So right-click the space and whoops, and get a bridge. You can see the bridge pop up there, and he moves into the Boogo tribe. You are surrounded by a camp of Boogos, the last remaining natives of Breen Island. How they treat strangers depends on their mood. They hand you food and make it clear you must eat it. What effect will dinner have on you? Roll d6, and you may add 1 for every 5 points of social. And he has 5 points of social, so he may add 1. So D6. So it'd be a 2 or a 3. 2, didn't agree with you. Lose 2 turns and D6 damage from stomach cramps. Or 3, very soothing, puts you to sleep for 2 turns. Well, she's not nearby, so there's a big difference here. Losing 2 turns means you just can't do anything. Being asleep for 2 turns means that you are incapacitated. If any other character steps into your space while you're incapacitated, they may just take one of your non-living items. Since he doesn't have to worry about Sissy showing up too soon, he's just going to pick 3 and take the snooze for 2 turns. Snoozing for 2 turns. Okay, and Sissy? That's right, mild conditions. So she's going to move 2, 4, safety check. It went safely, 2, 4, 5, and that's as far as she can go. She's on the stone bridge. Okay. And we'll go to round 43. This will be our last round for today. The Evil Incarnate has been spotted moving to the Mariah Midlands, 43. Sissy has received a hit point of natural healing. She's up to 28. And it's her turn first. Weather conditions are severe storm. She's only got 3 movement points. And I'll get her 1 space. Horse path. One event. And it is a monster. It's a grizzly bear. Okay, run factor of a grizzly bear is a D10. Oh, this one must be really hungry. Only 1? He's not likely to run. Hit die, D8 plus 8. 5 and 8's 13. Okay, your typical large and angry grizzly bear, which is bad enough. And get her stats up. Combat stats. Okay. Let's see. Power of 8. Okay, well, she's going to go ahead and raise her power 1. She's going to convert 10 of her experience points. Okay, that'll raise this to 7. And I think everything else is the same. Okay, so she has a 12 plus the Puzzle Master's influence, 22% chance first sight. She did not get first sight. Grizzly Bear has a 10% chance to surprise. Does not surprise. She has a 38% chance to avoid. She does not avoid. He's attacking with a combat point of 8. And she's returning with a combat point of 10. And she beat them. Ooh, yeah, 10 to 11. Wow, beat him by a point, or a couple of points. So he beat him by 11. He has no armor rating, so she's going to strike with D12 plus 1 damage. 2 plus 1, 3 hit points damage. Well, she's got to hit him harder than that. It's that heavy broadsword. Just couldn't get any swing behind it. Okay, and ISC roll. Bear would roll first. 12. And she rolls ISC 16. She has the initiative, which means that she may run with immunity. But, she's got a lot of unguent to back up her health, so she's going to go ahead and, she's going to go ahead and make an attack. She doesn't want to do that yet. Okay, so, yep, she's going to go ahead and attack. So she's attacking with combat point of 10. Oh, I forgot to roll for the bear's run. The bear has a 3% chance he wants to run on this round. He does not. Okay, so his combat point is 8. And she outrolled him. So she strikes with D12 plus 1 damage. 11 went 12 hit points damage. That is a kill. She killed the grizzly bear. And he had a power of 8, so that gives her 8 experience points. Okay, she did very well in that one. And now Pegasus. And he's snoring up a storm and just reduces his tracker by a point. And we will call it an end to this session. And I will see you on Saturday for tutorial episode number 6. Goodbye, everyone.